Good morning, students. Today, in this presentation, I'll be discussing different pipe appurtenances, that is the definition of it, and what all units or the equipments are grouped under pipe appurtenances. And broadly, I'll be discussing about fire hydrants. So, let me start with the definition of pipe appurtenances. They are nothing but the equipments or which are being fitted. These are nothing but they are like the accessories which are required for the efficient and controlled functioning of a distribution system. And for that reason, they are called as pipe appurtenances. And they are required to be fitted in the pipe network or the distribution system. So, what are the different pipe appurtenances? It may consist of various valves in the distribution system, such as the sluice valves, chuck valves, air valves, drain or score valves, etc. And it may be the other appurtenances such as fire hydrants, meters, water taps, stopcocks, pipe bends, etc. So, in this presentation, broadly, I will be discussing upon fire hydrants. So, what is an fire hydrant? Now, this is nothing but it's a outlet kind of a thing which is being provided in the main supply pipeline or the distribution line, wherein the pipe diameter should be at least 15 centimeter. And from here the water is being tapped to extinguish the fire. And it's not only for extinguishing fire, but it is also used sometimes for withdrawing water for the filling of municipal water tankers. And where it is being provided, then it is being provided at all the street crossings and also at the turnings and at 90 to 120 meter intervals on straight runs. If there are no turns and bends in the street, if it is a straight uh, road, then at an interval of 90 to 120 meter, these fire hydrants are to be provided. And how they are to be provided, that each one is not away by more than 75 meter or so. Now, how these fire hydrants work? Now, whenever there is a fire breakout, then a nearby hydrant is being selected, and the fire extinguishing tankers, they will be having the hose pipe which is being connected to the hydrant, and the water is being drawn from the hydrant. And generally, the water that is required to extinguish fire should have high pressure so that it can reach the higher storied buildings whenever the fire catches. So that is one of the requirement. And how the hydrant works here is the fire engine, first they draw the water from the hydrant and they boost its pressure within the engine, and then water will be thrown out from the engine with higher pressure. Usually whenever there is a fire breakout, earlier also I have discussed when the fire demand was being explained, that whenever a property catches fire, then we need three nozzles or three jet sprays, wherein one will be sprayed on the property and two jet sprays are to be sprayed on the adjacent properties. So here lot amount of water is also required, and also with higher pressure the water has to come out, and that's why the pressure is being boosted in the engine and then it is being thrown on the property. And during serious fires, water may be pumped from several fire hydrants, that is by means of pumps that are mounted on the fire trucks. From there the water is being drawn from several fire hydrants and then the extinguishing is being done. And coming to the pressure requirements which are required by a fire hydrant. Here, if 7 to 14 meter head of water, that is the pressure, if that is required, then water has to be pumped with motor pumps. And if 35 to 50 meter head of water, then the direct flow from the hydrant is to be used. So this is how the pressure requirement is to be done in case of a fire hydrant. And coming to the requirements of a good fire hydrant, it should be such as to connect the hose or the motor pump easily to it. That is very much required because it will be a very panicky situation, and then it will be difficult if it is too much clumsy to connect the hose to the motor pump. and it should also be cheap and easily detectable. This is very important. Wherever the fire hydrant is being installed, it should be easily detectable. That is, it should be easily found by the firefighting personnel, and it should not get out of order during operation. This is also equally important. And on being fully opened, it should allow undisturbed water flow. That is, it has to be maintained properly. And the two commonly used fire hydrants are post fire hydrant and flush fire hydrant. Post fire hydrant, it stands above the ground like a post, and the height of this above the ground is 0.9 to 1.2 meter, whereas flush fire hydrant is installed underground, and there is in a brick or cast iron chamber. A chamber is being provided, and within that the fire hydrant is being fitted. The cover has to be opened, and then the fire hydrant has to be accessed. So slightly its cover will be slightly above the street level, so that easily it can be assessed. Now, how to find out where the fire hydrant is being provided? Usually the markings are being made. If the fire hydrant is nearby, and if there is any permanent building or a structure, or if there is a electric pole or something, then the fire hydrant marking is being given in the form of FH. And also if there is a cover, then on the cover also it will be mentioned as FH, so that that cover can be lifted and then the fire hydrant can be accessed. So this is the cross sectional details of a post fire hydrant. Here you can see this is the nut or threaded handle through which it is being operated, and this is the outlet nozzle, and this is the street main to which the hydrant is being connected. Now this is a leather valve, and this is the wall seat, and I told you this is the ground level. Above the ground it will be of a height of 0.9 to 1.2 meter. When the outlet is to be opened, what happens is the hose is being connected here at the outlet. This cap is being removed and the hose is being connected here, and with nut or a threaded handle this will be rotated and lifted up. So when this is lifted up, the water rushes into this barrel of the hydrant, and that enters the outlet, and through which the water can be made use of for extinguishing the fire. And this is the cross sectional details of a flush type of fire hydrant, wherein you can see here this is a chamber. It may be a masonry structure or it may be a cast iron chamber, and this is the cast iron cover. On the top of this, the marking will be made as FH to indicate that it is a fire hydrant chamber, and within this will be fitted the flush type of fire hydrant. Here also the operation is very simple. This is the outlet. This cap is being removed and the hose is being connected here, and when this is being lifted up, this is the operating arrangement of the stem. When this is being lifted up, the water rushes into this barrel, and the through the outlet and through the hose it enters the fire engine, and through that the water is being thrown out. Now, why these flush type of fire hydrants are being used? Now we know that if it stands on the above the street, or when it is visible above the ground, there are chances that it can be like destroyed, and whenever there is a necessity it cannot be operated with its full efficiency, and that's why this is a protective type of fire hydrant that is being used. You can find such fire hydrants in India more commonly, and the post fire hydrants in many of the developed countries. Due to lack of awareness or uh, of the general public, and due to the lack of civic sense, the flush type of fire hydrants are very much safer to be used. Okay, that was regarding the fire hydrants. Hope I have made clear about the different types of fire hydrants, the requirements, etc. Okay, have a good day. Thank you.